Everyone, it's been a while since I've showed my desk. A lot has changed, so I just wanted to show my updates and go over it. Excuse the noise, my son's here, my newborn son. He's might be a distraction during the video. We'll see. Tried making this a few times. I just want to stay, hopefully this time I'll stay on script and everything will go well. So there's my desk. It's not where it would normally be. It's kind of pulled out because I'm going to show the wiring behind it, and I'll push it back. It originally was in that corner, and I've showed before how I ran the Ethernet from the wall, which obviously comes from my attic, from my wiring closet to my attic, down back into the wall, and then I showed how I just basically ran it around the baseboard. So you can check that video if you want to see how I did that. I'll kind of talk about how I terminated over here, so I'll just do that now. In this video I'm going to show the wiring. I'll show just generally like the audio setup, mouse and keyboard, and my new chair too. So, yep. Let's get back here and start showing the wiring. Wiring goes up here, Ethernet. So I did a 2-gang plate. I used to always do like a separate Ethernet than power. But if you're putting the power in yourself, like a old work type box, you might as well do a 2-gang. So it's kind of cleaner. Everything's together. You could buy a box that's high voltage, low voltage at Home Depot. So I bought one of those. Obviously, high voltage is on the right. That power I added, and it came from the laundry machine, which is kind of like up a little higher. It's like on the other side of this wall, up a little bit higher. But just extended that and added this to it. So yeah, there's power there, which goes obviously over here. It just powers my monitors and my desktop and speakers. And then the left side is the Ethernet. This plate you can also buy at Home Depot. It's a power on one side and like the switch plate on the left. I think it's called a decor, the size. I'm not exactly sure, but I've seen that phrase. And then I bought the decor to keystone plate right there that goes into the insert on Monoprice for like $1. And then this Ethernet obviously goes to my computer. So that's the wiring right there. Let me just show the actual wires that are, you can't see because of the way I've designed my desk. You can't really see the wiring mess back here. It looks like a mess. It's actually pretty organized. This is the most organized it's ever been. Like I have zip ties everywhere, and not zip ties, but like Velcro and like those curly sandwich bag ties everywhere. So the wires don't really show, and they're fairly organized, and they look like a mess, but they're not that bad actually. Yeah, and I'll just talk a little bit about the wiring here. You can see my PS2 to USB, that little white wire, PS2 to USB, and I'll talk about that in a minute. All that does is it's just for my keyboard. I'll talk about that later. But right now I'll talk about my Zonar sound card. I don't know if I've ever mentioned that, but I have a Zonar sound card, the Asus, the PCI version. And the outputs are actually all 1/4 inch. I think for the headphones it's, it might also be 1/4 inch, but for the speakers it's RCA cables. So I was using a RCA to 3.5, but these new Z623 speakers I have, which I have a video on that too, they have 3.5 inputs, but they also have RCA inputs. So you might as well use the RCA to RCA, so you don't have any conversions. So yeah, that's basically one of those red and white cables right there. That goes from there over to my Z623 sub over here, which I did have to shave my desk. You see that white area? I had to shave like the desk a little bit to get that to fit. And I don't think it affects sound much because subwoofers are supposedly like omnidirectional, so the sound just kind of reverberates throughout the desk. But I had to do that to get that thing to fit in there, and it has to stick out. It just can't fit in there normally. So it sticks out a little bit, which is perfect for the wire. Yeah, you can see it right there with those arrows. It goes into the speaker, the sub right there. So that is the RCA cables. See my wiring? I even have these little things for some of the ones that are bundled up, just so they don't show underneath the desk. So that is my wiring. I'm gonna push the desk back. Hopefully my son stays distracted with the toy over there. So I'll try not to scratch the floors that I put in. Oh my gosh, this desk is pretty heavy. Just don't want to scratch the floor, so I have to go really slow. Okay, there you go. Yeah, so the cables are fairly organized. Just the monitor, webcam cable there, and that's a new webcam too. I rarely use it, but it's pretty nice. It's like the same one, I think the whatever Logitech one that a lot of people use, but there's a slightly better version that has like a wider view and has this little guard. So yeah, that's cool. But yeah, I love these speakers. I love how there's no extra little knob here. It's just built into the speaker. I think I said that in my other video anyway, but same monitors I've had for a long time. U2412 Dell de-bezeled, and then what I recently did is I added electrical tape around, so a little bit more safe, but still not as good as if you kept the case. But yeah, all right, yeah, that's what I got right there, that plate. So talking about the wiring and everything, I guess I'll just speak a little bit more about my setup here. My keyboard and mouse. So here's my mouse. It's a let me get the wires. So I hate when the wires get stuck. Okay. This is a I forgot the brand, but it's FK1 Plus. They have an FK1, they have an FK2, and the One Plus. I think the One Plus is the largest size, so I have really big hands, so it works well for me. Has different speeds. I think I'm on that second red one, but that works the best for me. Yeah, so yeah, you can change the sensitivity basically on the back of the mouse. So maybe if you use one for gaming, one for regular computer use, then that makes sense for you. I like it. It's ambidextrous. No, it's not. No, it is. It has buttons on both sides, but I like how it's very clean, simple, but large for me. My large hands. So like that. I did upgrade my keyboard. I used to have a CM Storm Stealth, which is brown switches, and I now have this. This is a WASD code. This is the original one, not the code V2 or whatever they have it now, code V2, V3. This just has a micro USB, which is the difference, I think. The main differences between this and my original CM Storm is it has a backlight, which you can turn off with here. Now, let me just go over some of the pros and cons to this keyboard. What I like is it uses USB. It has a PS2. You can use the USB can go to PS2, so you can just use a little converter. It's not even it's like a little adapter. It doesn't have, you can just buy one for like $5 online. It doesn't actually do anything but reroute the cables. So there's no conversion going. It's directly to PS2. So I like that it can use PS2, so you get and key rollover, and you can just use it. It just works. What else? I like the backlight. I do like the backlight. It has like 7 different brightnesses. What I don't like about it is if your computer suspends, the backlight stays on, so it doesn't know to. I don't know if any keyboards do that, where the light would. Maybe if I did it through USB, it would know. But I'm assuming if the keyboard has power, it just keeps the lights on. So you kind of have to remember, if you're going to leave your computer for a while, just turn off the light, because I don't want to just burn out at these LEDs. I don't know if that actually would be an issue, but I'd prefer to just turn the lights off. So yeah, you have to switch one of the dip switches to be able to control. There's like 6 dip switches back there, but I leave that one on because I don't use this function key normally. This is like that menu button. I never use that, so you can just leave that dip switch on, or whenever you need to edit the backlight, and you can just press function F12 to turn it on and off. Function F11 goes through the different brightness levels. I'm not going to show that again, but you just saw it earlier. So yeah, that's how you do the backlight. So I like the backlight. I like that this keyboard, this does seem a little bit larger than my CM Storm, which obviously bigger is better for me because I have big hands. But I also, I could only ever use a 10 keyless. I hate having the number pad in the way because I like having my mouse nearby. So I like having 10 keyless, and I hate those really small ones without the D-pad. So I need the D-pad, so 10 keyless is the best for me. Yeah, so 10 keyless is the way to go for me, because I like the D-pad and these page up, page down keys, but I hate having the number pad because I never use that. So 10 keyless is the optimal for me. They have a lot of different options with the code, the WASD code. So they have 10 keyless. They have the full size one. I don't know if they have just without like the shorter one but wouldn't matter to me because I only get 10 keyless. So yeah, let me go over let me look at my list of what I need to talk about. Yeah, I got this used, so I don't know if I'd recommend it new because they're so expensive. They're like $150. So there might be better keyboards for less. I bought this used for like $88. Apparently in good condition. It seems like it's almost new to me. So for $88, it's good for me. if I was more on a budget and you don't need backlight, I would have kept my CM Storm. What I also like is this has clear switches, so I'm kind of torn, but I think I do prefer the clear switches a little bit more because I was bottoming out on the brown switches, but these have more resistance, slightly more resistance. You can look up on online, it's like 10 grams more, but I feel like I don't bottom out because I'm used to the brown switches, so instead of bottoming out, my fingers already know to kind of stop a little, to put less resistance. So now the key is stopping me before I bottom out. So hopefully I'll learn to not bottom out and I'll just switch it and then, go to my next key press. But I'm not a fast typer anyway, but I like playing around with this stuff. So yeah, this is the clear switch version. There are other switches. You can get it with browns or whatever. But since I got it used, this was the option available and I thought I'd try it out and I like it. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I went over that. I guess my final thing to show, here's the desk actually pushed in. You can see it sticks out about 2 inches, but it has about maybe an inch and maybe 2 inches to spare on either side. This isn't perfectly centered. Yeah, obviously my desk is kind of worn right here. I can spray paint it again one day. Get back his toy. He's kind of, all right. Yeah, this is my new chair too. Pretty comfortable. It's a Tempur-Pedic from Staples, TP9000. They also have the TP7000 in a lot of stores, which is kind of like, I think, more common, but the TP9000 also available sometimes. I think I preferred this one when I tried them out, and obviously I got the best deal I could on this, but if I were paying full price, you probably would want to shop around more. But if you can get a good deal, Staples sometimes has sales. It might be worth it. I paid, because I'm a Staples Plus member, I paid $166, but then I also have my $40 rewards every month, so I used that. Plus there was a 25 off 75, so I stacked a bunch of things. Plus I had a bunch of gift cards because I knew I was going to buy this chair, so I had a bunch of discounted gift cards. So it was worth it for me. If you were just getting it just outright, you probably would want to go with something else. But I like it. I like the Tempur-Pedic feel. I feel like I could sit in good posture here and not get tired. I adjusted it to kind of fit my posture well, but I think I still need to work on my posture. But anyway, that's pretty much it. So yeah, I went over a lot. Sorry for talking fast. I just wanted to get through this without boring everyone. So yeah, he's getting bored now, so I'm gonna play with him. But all right, well, I'll see you guys later.